You're listening to FWOT, episode 87 for January 19th, 2015. MLK. He did a mind good. Welcome to FWOT. I'm your host, Rob Steele, and this is the show that gives you all the news you need to know, and probably some you don't, all in about 10 minutes. Let's start off with Colorado. It's been about a year since marijuana was legalized for recreational use in the state. What's gone on there since? Well, estimates are in money-wise. $295 million in sales and about $51 million in taxes for 2014. Violent crime is down 3%. Not a whole lot, but hey, every little bit, right? Overall crime might be down somewhere between 7 and 15%. Weirdly, it depends on the source. Even government sources can't seem to agree on that one. I even found one website that claimed the crime rate was up. See, it's up minus 8%. This might lead some to believe that there are too many people smoking and trying to do math, but hey, the crime rate seems to be overall down. However, neighboring states like Arizona and Utah are arguing that crime is up in their states as druggies are coming over the state lines and being rowdy. So now they're arguing against Colorado's legalized marijuana laws. But I'm not sure they've actually done any type of research into the drug itself. Pot makes you mellow. It doesn't hype you up. It doesn't make you violent. It makes you hungry. So if you enter a room full of potheads and ask them the following question, do you want to hold up a bank or a Twix factory? The resounding answer is going to be the Twix factory. And you can immediately quell the urge to commit that crime by asking whether they want to attack the right Twix factory or the left Twix factory. Which, of course, brings me to another point. We are one country, right? I mean, we really, really don't act like it. And I don't mean just in collegiate sports where, Tennessee must beat Georgia in the football game this Saturday. No, I mean things like different laws for different states. Let's look at Germany, since, I lived there and know a bit about it. For the most part, when they have a law, it covers the whole country. In the U.S., not so much. And our police can't even cross state lines without a lot of red tape. So if you commit a crime in very South Chattanooga, for example, you run about another mile south and presto, you're in Georgia and the Tennessee police can't go near you because you've crossed an invisible line. This seems to be the equivalent to me of yelling, "Ha ha, I'm on base," like when you were a kid playing tag or hide and seek. You remember that? So here's a radical idea. Let's get rid of all the states from a legal perspective, become one country and not a conglomerate of states, and have one law to cover everybody. I mean, why not? After all, we are the United States of America. Indivisible and all that, remember? Except for all those pesky state lines. Then we can get rid of all this infighting politically and get on with the concept of fixing the country. I think that'll work. Incidentally, I'm looking at a map of the U.S. right now, and I just realized Illinois is misspelled. It's spelled Illinois. If you want to see the map I'm looking at, get the FWOT app. It's available on the website, FWOTpodcast.com. I'll put it up there as bonus material for this show. See? I give. More on that in a minute. In somewhat bizarre sports news that we can learn from, San Bernardino Arroyo Valley girls basketball coach Michael Anderson has been suspended 2 games after his team beat Bloomington High School on January 5th. The reason he was suspended was because, apparently, it was a blowout game where San Bernardino Arroyo Valley 161, Bloomington High School 2. Wow. Now, he didn't intentionally run up the score. He sat his starters. He told his team, guys, don't run up the score. They did anyway, because it's kind of hard not to when you're actually playing a sport. But he said, and I love this, people shouldn't feel sorry for my team. They should feel sorry for the other team because they're apparently not learning the game the right way. You know what? I think he's got a point. And now for a bit of tech news. Have you ever heard of the International Earth Rotation and Reference Systems Service? Yeah, I hadn't either. But on January 30th, they could crash every computer on the planet. Terrified? Yeah, I'm not really that worried about it either. Look, it's another Y2K bug. Apparently, they've figured out that not only should there be a leap year every 4 years to keep the calendar straight, this summer, on June 30th, there's going to be a leap second. Yeah, a second. 60 of those makes a minute? Yeah, one of those things. But, in order to reset all the clocks, computer systems might get a wee bit confused because the last minute of that day is going to have 61 seconds. And this is allegedly going to make Unix computers, the ones that really run a lot of the web stuff, really confused and potentially crash. I have a feeling it's not going to happen. But, just in case, mark it on your calendar, June 30th, the day the internet died. Even at Marriott hotels. Now, some of you may remember a couple weeks ago I mentioned a story where Marriott was trying to block Wi-Fi hotspots as brought in by cell phones. Well, the FCC looked into it, and look at the lawsuits that began, and Marriott went, you know what, never mind, just bring in your phones, use them as a Wi-Fi hotspot, and apparently they're just going to eat the difference they would be making on their exorbitant charges for the internet. If you're going to Marriott, folks, beautiful hotels, for the most part, that I've ever been to. Haven't seen a rundown one. But yeah, bring your own Wi-Fi. $20 a day? No. Thanks. I actually want to ask you a small favor today. I would like everyone who is listening to the show right now, and that's you, I want you to tell 2 friends to listen to the show. See, nothing big, just a small favor. Send them to the website, www.FWOTpodcast.com, or you can send them to iTunes, or Blueberry, or TuneIn, or wherever you happen to be listening to this. Just a small thing. Tell 2 friends. Have them listen. And it would be appreciated. Like I already appreciate you listening. Now let me leave you with this. Today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service. Or MLK Day, as a lot of people call it. Now, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Now, while only 40% of employers seem to have made today a paid holiday, like it's supposed to be, I want you to ask yourself, what are you doing for others? Can you do more? And does it really matter what color their skin is, what their religion is, what their sexual preference is? The answer is no to all of those. They're still people. So I want you to think about that as you go through your day. And keep up thinking, what am I doing for others? It doesn't have to be just a once-a-year thing. It can be an all-year thing. Something to keep in mind. I'll see you on Wednesday.